9 p.m.,
literally
y'all.
being on
There's a
12
lot
hours of
going
sleep.
on. There's a lot of papers.
And knew exactly what time we were supposed to start.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, exactly in 9 minutes, y'all. 9 minutes.
Let's see. I'm trying to find the. There we go. Okay.
All right. Should I? You're not saying anything because I'll turn the music back on.
You can turn the music back up.
Okay. Dang, how hotline bling, y'all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got 5 minutes until the show starts. 5 minutes. If you know somebody that wanted to be here and is not in the building right now, please inform them that court is about to start in 5 minutes, y'all. Okay, I want to make sure that everyone is here. Okay. All right. So let's go. Let's get it started. Share the stream out, guys. Like the stream. Let's get this stream trending so we could get the real truth. Whether Faith is guilty or not guilty, that is for you to determine. Thank you, Andy. Thank you. Shout outs to all of my friends and family and that that support not just only myself but us on the Meet Me platform who came over today. I know a lot of y'all typically don't be on here, but y'all here right now. So I appreciate that. All right. I know a lot of you got your opinions, and that's okay for y'all to have your opinions. But today I'm asking you to do something a bit different. I'm asking you to listen to the evidence and all of the evidence that is being used during this case. And this will show you whether Faith is guilty or not guilty. Okay? All right, let's go. Let's get the music going back up. 4 minutes, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 minutes. Did the judge walk in yet? If the judge is here, you can take the box. Two minutes, y'all. 2 minutes. So, Faith, before we start, remember, ignore the comments, ignore the ignorance that's happening in the comments, whether they saying the gift should be off or on. Mind you, we're putting an effort to put on a show for them that they're watching, but they're worried about whether the gifts are on or off. It's crazy what they into. All right, if the judge is here, the judge is here. There we go.
Bro, can you please check IG? I'm not kidding.
Okay, the show's starting right now, okay? I got you.
All right. Good evening, everybody. We're here in the matter of the people versus faith. It's my understanding the people are bringing charges against faith as follows: fraud, theft by deception. Is that correct, Grizzly?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. How does the defendant plead to these charges?
Oh, am
Not
I
guilty,
supposed
Your
to?
Honor.
Okay, not guilty. All right. And the people, are you seeking any damages or restitution for these charges?
We are just looking for her to actually take accountability. And by actually taking accountability is taking the small changes on reimbursing these people their money.
Okay, understood. And it's also my understanding there's a countersuit here from the defendant against the people for the charges of harassment, cyberbullying, emotional distress, interference of livelihood, and defamation of character. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and the people, how do you plead to these charges?
Uh, Defamation of character, not guilty. Um, Livelihood, not guilty. Harassment or cyberbullying, not guilty. And what was the final one, my honor?
Emotional distress.
Emotional distress, not guilty.
Okay, all right. And defense, in the countersuit, are you claiming any damages or restitution?
Your Honor, my client just wishes to get an apology and to be left alone by those who don't want to participate in that stream. She's asking them to stay away so that way she can be able to stream and continue to be successful on this platform.
Okay. All right. So original suit, the People versus Faith, the charges fraud and theft by deception. Defense pleads not guilty. In the countersuit, the defense, Faith against the People, harassment, not guilty. Cyberbullying, not guilty. Emotional distress, not guilty. Interference of livelihood, not guilty. Defamation of character, not guilty. All verdicts entered by the plaintiff. Are both attorneys ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. I would like to have the jury then come into the box, please. All jurors, all 6 jurors, 1 through 6, please come to the box. Okay, I think we're missing one. We may need a space for one more temporarily.
Okay. Faith, if you don't mind, I'm going to drop you down to bring in the next juror, okay? And come right back, but buzz the box right back. The next juror.
Yeah. Juror 2. Okay, Master Pressure, you as a juror have been excused. Juror number 2, Sarah, please request the box. All right, thank you all for being here. Just so you know, there was, if you were here during juror selection, there was a juror who was excused by myself. And the last person I just excused also was excused by me for tardiness. all 6 of these jurors have been selected and are filled in by 2 alternates, just so everybody knows. Jurors, thank you for being here. It is your responsibility tonight to listen to all of everything that is presented, all facts and circumstances. You need to do so in a fair, unbiased, and impartial manner. You understand that? The clerk has also given you instructions as to what to do if you have questions during the proceedings. Okay, so if you have not already checked that group chat, please do so. Make sure that you are in there and active. There does not need to be very much chatter in there, but if you've got questions, please use that. Once everything is done, we will then turn to you. I will give you further instructions at that point in time. But please, what I would like for you now is for each of you to say "I do," as long as you are committed to listening to all the facts and circumstances and bringing a fair verdict. Now, the plaintiff must, in both cases, in the original, the plaintiff versus Faith, and in the countersuit, in all of the charges, both of the parties need to be able to demonstrate without reasonable doubt, beyond reasonable doubt, that the other party is guilty. Okay, so if there is any reasonable doubt, you must come to a not guilty verdict. Do you understand? Okay, and it must take a unanimous verdict in both the original suit and the countersuit. So the 6 of you need to deliberate when that time comes. So if you are committed to doing so and you understand, please go ahead and say "I do." Kawhi,
I do.
Coley,
I do.
Class Swim,
I do.
Medusa,
I do.
Motivated,
I do.
Sarah.
I do.
All right, you are all excused from the box. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we will now move on to the proceedings, starting with opening statements. Plaintiff for the people, you will have 3 minutes, followed by plaintiff for the defendant, 3 minutes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to sit here and say that I am 100% in knowing that I can get every single one of these out of the way. I would love to say that. But some things have occurred over the last 3 days where I lost my witnesses. And unfortunately, I'm unable to do 100%. But I have enough evidence here that I have shown to not only to the judge, to the attorneys, that will unprovenly, without a doubt, open and shut case that Faith has undoubtedly, knowing she did what she did, that she committed fraud and she committed theft. There is no doubt in my mind that this should be open and shut. There's no doubt. See, the harassment charges, the defamation of character, the emotional distress, and the livelihood claims that you have against us all lean towards the exact same thing that we are going after. And once those are actually shown to the light, the truth is brought to the light, everything else goes away. And with all the evidence that I have, I know for a fact that I can prove everything tonight. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I don't have everything. I was given this case 72 hours ago. I spent 50 hours scoping every single social media, every single outlet that I can possibly get. And if I'm able to do this in 3 days, it's going to take a miracle. And I promise you I made it. I'm done, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Counsel for defense, 3 minutes for your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the court and a court public opinion, today we're here because of my client, Faith, a 28-year-old disabled content creator, is being unjustly attacked, ridiculed, and harassed online. Her so-called accusers claim she scammed them because she didn't magically move into her own place with less than $400 from a GoFundMe. But what they failed to understand or care to understand is that Faith isn't a typical 28-year-old. She lives with cerebral palsy and she uses a wheelchair. She has bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, and has battled suicidal thoughts. And because of her developmental conditions in her brain, she has the mental capacity of 11 or 12-year-old. She dreams, she hopes, she trusts, sometimes too much. And for that, she's been punished. The GoFundMe wasn't fraud. It wasn't deception. It was a dream to move out and have a semi-normal life. She raised just under $600, about $395 after fees. That's not enough for 1 month's rent in Texas, let alone a deposit for furniture, utilities. And yet they treated her like she ran $1 million scam. Worse, they sent her death threats, doxed her, and spread rumors without a shred of proof that she made more than that. Today, I'm here to show who Faith really is, the woman her mother raised, the friend her real supporters love, and the dreamer who still believes and hope despite cruelty. And by the end of this case, I believe you'll see that the only wrongdoers here are her attackers. The evidence today will show the money Faith received were voluntary gifts, not theft. Claims about $90,000 are completely false. The real number over 5 years was less than half that. And she spent more than she earned, leaving her in debt. Faith has been targeted with harassment, threats, and even coordinated calls to the police, SSDI, and the food stamp office. Not because crimes, but because of envy and malice. You will see the truth. Faith is not a thief, not a scammer, not a criminal. She is a young woman who wanted to share her life online, and she's being punished for that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Now we're ready to move into actual argument. Plaintiff, you will start. I will not use time, but I will keep this pace. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. And just to make sure that the first person that we are bringing up to the stand is going to be Faith, correct?
You did not put anybody on the witness list.
Correct. I didn't, because we already had two for the defensive side. So right now, I don't have anything until counter. Until
Well,
I can
you have
counter-examine.
time. You have time to present your argument.
Okay.
You just don't have any witnesses. This is the time
Correct.
to present your argument and all of your evidence.
So
when you can cross-examine Faith when she's brought up to the stand on the defense side.
okay, thank you, sir. So these claims of scamming her are completely out of line. I will honestly say that. It's actuality, it's on the other foot. It's actually Faith that's been the one that's been scamming this whole entire time. The gifts that the defense is trying to claim, it's not really about the gifts that are given on TikTok that we're actually going after. It's the Cash Apps. It's the Venmos. It's the PayPals, which I requested. That's the money. That's where all the money is coming from that they sent with notes stating that it's supposed to be for that specific reason only. That is the only thing that you are supposed to use the money for. and the defendant did not do so. That is the pretense of what's going on here. You're not using the money on where it was supposed to go. The amount of money that she has been given as a 1099, a streamer with SSDI, is over the amount that she's supposed to be making, which is the reason why the call was made. Everything that my clients have done is to be justified by the government. Everything. Now, the cyberbullying, I am honestly going to say this. One, that needs to stop now. I will honestly say that. Anybody that is in this chat, anybody that's listening and watching, hi, do not, and I mean do not, as your attorney, do anything that's going to put us in a position to look even worse. Stop the harassment, stop the bullying, all that. But the thing is that it's coming from people outside of the people who are wanting judgment. It's not coming within the people. It's coming from outside. And that's what's going on here. We're seeing everything from the outside, from the actual core people that are wanting justice. It's not getting done. Your Honor, that's all we're looking for is justice. And that's all we want is justice.
Okay, so what facts and circumstances are you bringing?
I have multiple Cash Apps and Venmos that have been sent her way that will prove that she has been getting and receiving money over the limit for the SSDI. I have everything showing, even though she has a disability, that she knows right from wrong. At this point in time, as 11 and 12-year-old, you should know yes or no questions or know right from wrong.
So I just want to keep us on direction. The charges are fraud and deception.
Correct.
This is not about what Faith or the defendant or anybody chooses to do with the money that they receive. You need to argue.
So the fraud comes in, the theft by deception. It's them stating, this is what the money is for. This is the money that I'm giving you for this situation. And when that money is used for something else, such as food, Netflix, Spotify, coffee runs, food runs, when it was supposed to be for one specific thing, that is not what those are for. Now, gifts, on the other hand, gifts on TikTok, can't say anything about that. But when there are Cash Apps, Venmos, and PayPals that are stating that these are what these are for, and you use them for something else, that is where the deception comes from.
Okay. Do you want to present any examples, any evidence of this?
I mean, I can. I'm going to bring up, I understand that. I'm going to bring up Exhibit M8, which should be the last thing that I have put in, where you can see that in these histories of the transactions that have been placed into Faith's account, you can see where it was one for $200 for the apartment, $85 for moving, $500 for moving, $96 for moving, $350 for good luck. That point, you can do whatever you want with that. Utilities, $250.
Your Honor, may I object?
$20. That amount right there.
On what grounds?
Your Honor, that receipt is falsified.
In what way?
If you take a look at the evidence that I placed in, I had Faith send in.
Do we know where that's coming from? Do we know exactly the person that sent that in?
That's coming from Cash App. Okay.
Correct, but I'm asking the person.
Okay.
I'm asking
now,
for the.
If you take a look at my evidence, you would see that I had D6, okay, also D-6-1, D-6-2. That is from the year 2024 and 2025 of those dates listed. That shows she has not received any money of that. And if you look at D-6, you will see that The only money that she received that was of that quantity, okay, was the money that she sent out as well as received.
I see the $500. I see the $96. I see the $350, and I see the $250, and the $85.
And if
I
you
see
notice on the
everything that was being sent.
$500, Faith is the one that sent out.
Yes, all of them
Faith
actually on
has been
exhibit.
gifting
All of them were sent out on
and
her
sending
name.
out money.
Yes, on defendant's D6 exhibit, the 85, the 500, the 96, or at least those first three, 85, 500, they show payments sent. That was
And
money
that proves
out.
that your document that proves that your document
Falsified.
is falsified.
Okay. Well, then we will move away from that exhibit.
So sustained.
So sustained. I have no further things I can talk about, Your Honor.
You're resting your case?
I have to, because that was the only thing I had, because the thing is that I was supposed to have witnesses. I can't use them. So I was going to ask for a mistrial in the beginning, but I said no, but it's all right.
Okay. The plaintiff rests. Defense? You have the floor.
Your Honor, thank you very much. Okay, so I would like to start off with my client has been trying to stream and be a successful streamer. The reason why a lot of these things is happening to her is because her popularity grew. She started on another stream, okay, another platform called Meet Me. And of course, there were people who disliked her, and there was people that took advantage of her. And when called out because they took advantage of her, okay, they then began to spread rumors on that other platform. Okay, Faith wanted to grow so much, and she wanted a bigger platform to grow. That's why she took her talents over to TikTok. Those same people began to see that Faith was in cameos with other famous TikTokers on TikTok. One of them being Ace from Love Island. Okay, he's a popular streamer that's on this platform. They seen that she was growing and growing, and they decided they wanted to show hatred on that, Your Honor. I have evidence, okay, that will show you who Faith is. People are coming and attacking Faith as if Faith is a normal person who could defend herself. Faith is not capable of defending herself, and the evidence I have here today will show you why she is not capable of defending herself. If you take a look at my evidence, C-1, Your Honor, which is brain atrophy. Now, I know what a lot of people, you are asking yourself, what is brain atrophy? Okay? Brain atrophy, cerebral atrophy, that is something that Faith is embarrassed to talk about. But it's real, Your Honor. Do you have it pulled up, Your Honor? There is actually a brain scan, and there is also evidence that I sent you that is in by her doctor. If you take a look at evidence A-2, Faith's doctor's MRI, Your Honor, you will see that this is not made up. There's actually images of the brain scan, and you will see that. Faith,
Yep.
this is something that Faith comes on stream. She does discuss her bipolar. She does discuss her depression. Okay. She does discuss how it is living with cerebral palsy. She does discuss being lonely and wanting friends. She discussed a lot of things that she shouldn't be discussing, Your Honor. But the one thing she doesn't discuss is her brain atrophy. Faith tells people on this app, and she believes, and I'm not one to stop a person from believing, that her IQ is at 85, sometimes an 87. But Your Honor, the brain atrophy will show that she doesn't have that IQ. If you're taking a look at
Objection, hearsay.
what is, Your Honor,
Because yesterday in your stream, your client stated that her IQ was at 87. And then you had one of your representatives of your family tell her to hush.
Your Honor, I made it very clear that I stated that Faith states that.
Correct.
Clearly, is stating Faith lies about her IQ. Because Faith has brain atrophy, which she does not like to tell people. So for the audience, what is brain atrophy? Brain atrophy, also known as cerebral atrophy, is the loss of brain cells, neurons, of the connections between them, leading to shrinkage of a brain tissue. It's seen frequently in conditions like cerebral palsy, dementia, and neurodegenerative diseases. Atrophy can be general, across the entire brain, or focal. Okay? In Faith's case, atrophy affects the frontal lobe. The brain control. I'm sorry.
The objection on hearsay is overruled. I'll continue to listen.
Okay. The brain control, what's affecting her is her frontal lobe, the brain control center of the decision making, planning, self-control, and social behavior. Damage here explains why she thinks and functions with the capacity of 11 or 12-year-old. Although Faith is 28 years old, Faith's mind is still of an 11 or 12-year-old. This will explain to you why it's childlike behaviors from the times where she's talking to her mother, and when she doesn't get her way, she throws a fit. That is normal for a person with her condition. Reasoning and it affects her reasoning and judgment. She processes decisions more slowly and may trust others too easily, resulting in seemingly naive and risky choices. Planning and impulse control. She struggles with long-term planning and may make impulsive decisions without understanding the consequences. Emotional regulation. She's more emotionally reactive. Cruelty hits her harder, akin to bullying and adolescence. Social vulnerability. Being trusted and forgiven makes her a target for manipulation and harassment online. Because of her mental and emotional vulnerability rooted in brain atrophy, compounded by the conditions like bipolar disorder, depression, and harsh treatment she receives online, is not just cruel, it's deeply damaging and disproportionate. Your Honor, here's what I've sent you that is in there that shows exactly what's affected in Faith's mind. Faith started a GoFundMe because Faith, like many of us who are 11 and 12-year-old, are a believer. We dream, especially if you are in her condition, she dreams of being on her own. That is something she never stopped dreaming about. Before she was on this platform, streaming live, she's always been a dreamer, wanting to be on her own. If you take a look at her post from past, which is Exhibit Z-1, you will see from day one, this is something that Faith wanted. Faith wanted to be on her own. She never changed that. It's the nerve of the people to think because they sent $395 that will be enough to put a person like Faith and her disability in a home where people can take care of her. Whether she raised $395 whether a few people donated $100, $200 here and there, that is not enough money to cover what Faith desires was. Your Honor, if you take a look at, give me 1 second. If you take a look at A-1, which is GoFundMe's, you will see A-1, and then you will also see B-1. Okay? A-1 is the GoFundMe policy.
Yeah.
GoFundMe explicitly states that reaching your fundraising goal is not required, even if the goal isn't met. All funds received belong to the organizer. Use of funds must align with the stated purpose. While organizers can use the funds, even if its goal isn't met, GoFundMe expects that the money be used in line with the purpose described in the campaign. Using funds outside of the stated purpose could be considered misuse. Funds may be held or refunded if misused. GoFundMe may place a hold on funds or refunds donors if it determines the use of funds change significantly. So Faith didn't meet her goal. Faith can keep and use the funds, $395 after fees, even without reaching the 90K goal she intended to have. Her intended use, funds she used of her stated goal, example, moving towards independence. She used some of the funds, Your Honor, to eat, for bills, which is all things that are used when you are moving out. So if she did not raise the goal and did not have enough money to move out, she is able to keep that money. She is able to use that money to buy food. She is able to use that money to pay her phone bill. She is able to use that money if she decided to reinvest that money back into a platform which she met some of these people. This platform is just not a platform for her. It's also a source of income. It may not bring her much income, but it does bring her income. And part of this, when you have any business, you have to reinvest into the business. So when it comes to TikTok, in order to make it on TikTok, you do have to spend money to make money. It is Faith's decision and not everyone else's opinion or decision whether Faith uses the money for her own to buy food or whether she wants to invest some of that money back into people who supported her. They are not and cannot tell her what to do with the money she made. People have taken the amount of money that she grossed, not only on TikTok, okay, but on Meet Me, and over-exaggerated and lied. A lot of the evidence that I sent you are videos of people questioning her regarding how much money she made. But before we go there, let's discuss TikTok's official policy, Your Honor. Gifts are final and non-refundable. Because gifts are assessed with immediate effect and consumed immediately upon activation, they are not returnable or refundable in any circumstances. No refunds or reversals, except as otherwise set out in the policy. All sales of gifts are final, and we do not offer refunds for any purchased gifts. Gifts are not property. Gifts cannot be converted into or exchanged for coins or cash, or be refunded or reimbursed by us for any reasons. Gifts do not constitute property and are not transferable. TikTok explicitly states that the gifts are voluntary and final. Viewers send them at their own discretion, and there is no mechanism or obligation for Faith or any streamer to return them. Any claims demanding refunds of excusing her or or excusing her or misusing gifts are directly contradicted by TikTok's own policy, Your Honor. Your Honor, I would also like to present to you evidence F-1, okay, which is a fake warrant that was sent to Faith. The fake warrant that was sent into Faith demonstrates how easily it is to manipulate her. Faith was so scared that she did not inform her mother. So if you look at evidence F-1, okay, which is the fake warrant, and then take a look at G-1, okay, without saying the person's name for doxing purposes, you will see that Faith sent that person $1,500 because she really thought that that was a real warrant, and she was scared and did not inform her parents. Her parents later on found out that she was being taken advantage of, and they had to call the bank to get Faith her money back. This is not the first time Faith has been taken advantage of. The so-called people that Faith called friends are not friends, because people like her so-called friends say, hey, Faith, if you need anything, you can come to me. You can call me. But when Faith calls and say, hey, can I borrow money? She is looked at as a thief. Even when some of those people, or majority of those people, didn't even send anything. Your Honor, if you take a look at evidence, J-1, okay, that is a video of a guy named Dalton, okay? Dalton stated that Faith robbed him. But Your Honor, my client is in a wheelchair, does not leave home unless her parents take her places. How can Faith be in the same area as Dalton to rob him? That is preposterous, Your Honor. Faith has never seen him. He allegedly gifted Faith, according to videos, according to the evidence that Grizzly sent in, okay? He allegedly gifted, in one video, they stated $1,400. But in another video, I have another video that contradicts that amount, which is stated $2,400. Which is it, Your Honor? No one knows how much was gifted. If you look at the evidence, you will see that Dalton doesn't even pop up on a Cash App, nor does he pop up on her PayPal. These are false. Then he stated he gave it to her in gifts. Your Honor, with Faith's condition, if I sat here and told Faith right now, Faith, I gifted you $5,000, I want it back, Faith is going to agree with me that I gifted her $5,000, when in fact I didn't. There is evidence that Grizzly presented that will show exactly what I said, because Faith will agree with the amount. Your Honor, if you take a look at Faith's Meet Me account, the number gross there is 19 million. So for those of you who don't know how Meet Me works, every million in diamonds is $2,500 that you can cash out. That's if you decide to cash it out. Your Honor, I'm no math genius, but how can they claim Faith made $90,000 and they try to claim she made that in 1 year, when in fact, Faith been on that platform for 5 years and only grossed 19 million. So if we do the math, 19 million times $2,500, Your Honor, equivalents to $47,000. Where did they get the number 90,000 from? It came out of thin air. It came from people that dislikes her, that don't want to see her win. Even the people in here right now are saying, turn off the gifts because they don't want to see her win, Your Honor. They spend months harassing my client, sending her different messages telling her to off herself, which is not good, Your Honor, for a person with her abilities. Ask yourself, would you allow a person to say this to an 11 or 12-year-old kid? Because when you look at Faith, that's the reality. Here, she's 11 and 12.
I get that. So for clarification though, the GoFundMe, what was the stated intent or purpose of the GoFundMe?
She wanted to move out. She has dreams and aspirations of moving out.
Right.
And it's still her dreams and aspirations. And Your Honor, may I add that there was no set date. So she can still move out. She still got to keep on saving. But the people who are against her are stopping her from even making money to continue that dream. This is the one dream she has and she talks about, and they want to stop her from doing it. So how can they claim that she should have moved out yesterday? She received $395. She should have automatically moved out, like she was able to pack up her belongings when she's in a wheelchair, Your Honor? That's ridiculous.
Your
Honor, if I can, I would like to call my first witness.
The GoFundMe is not in the evidence, Your Honor, because that's not what we were going after. We were going after the Cash Apps, the Venmos, and the PayPals, Your Honor. So that's why I just allowed her to speak, because that's not what we're going
Your
after.
Honor, so what is the fraud then?
The fraud is the amount that was sent through Cash App and Venmo for the amounts that they were attending it for.
But Your Honor, where's your proof?
Which you stated.
Objection, Your Honor. Where's your proof? Where's your proof? Where's your proof?
Yeah. So if
You are correct. What was sent?
The one
You are
proof
correct.
was fraud.
If you allow me to speak.
Pause.
Thank you.
I'll control this. First
Thank
off,
you.
jury, scratch everything about a GoFundMe account. There is no evidence, and it's all speculation and hearsay about GoFundMe. So you will scratch everything that's related to a GoFundMe account or a GoFundMe post or any collection that Faith received or Faith sent via GoFundMe. GoFundMe is off the table. Do we hear that? Okay. Now let's get back to it. You want to call your first witness, defense?
Yes, I would like to call my first witness.
Okay.
Masterpiece.
Masterpiece. Okay, Masterpiece, come in the box, please.
Oh, let me turn on my video. Sorry.
No.
I don't know how to use this thing. I don't TikTok. I'm on my girlfriend's account.
Masterpiece, how you doing? If you can raise your hand, right hand, please. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Of course I do.
Okay. All right. Defendant, counsel, you have 3 minutes.
Okay. Hello, Masterpiece. Thank you for being here today. Please state your name for the record.
Your Honor.
My name is Master P.
She did not enter a
Your
witness
Honor,
list.
what are you objecting to?
I'm objecting because you did not enter a witness list. You just
I
entered
did.
evidence.
I did, Your Honor.
Where was that at?
I sent it to the admin.
It's not in here, so how was I supposed to see it?
Sent it to the
'Cause
admin.
I did not know that Masterpiece was supposed to be a witness, or I would have had questions for him.
Your Honor, I sent it to him, and I also had a conversation with the plaintiff, okay, allowing him to know exactly who my witnesses were going to.
The last conversation we had was over a phone call on Wednesday that was sent personally, and in the actual group chat itself, there is nothing about Masterpiece supposed to be in here.
Texas clerk, do you have record? If you can, just send me a screenshot that she did enter that prior to the
I had a
deadline.
phone conversation with her, and I stated that to her, as well as I had a phone conversation with Grizzly and stated that, Your Honor.
There was no phone conversation about Masterpiece being involved
Your
in
Honor,
this, or I would have had questions.
if you would allow it, Masterpiece is just a character witness for her. So you have no
I
recollection
understand.
of me saying there will be a therapist here as well?
You told me there would be a third if there was a
Do you have a
character
recollection
witness,
of
but
me
you
saying
never
there will
said
be a
anything about
therapist?
Masterpiece being that person.
But did I
I'm
don't
not
have to
aware.
tell
There
you
was
who the
no list
person
of each
is.
witness.
I told you I will have a witness there, correct? And I told you you need to you need to get your own, correct?
Yes, and I also did say that I needed a witness list entered to me by 6 p.m. tonight. Do I have one? I do not. So, in all fairness of this trial, I cannot allow any witnesses to this case. So, this is going to be, unfortunately, a factual and evidence based case only with no witnesses, no witness list. Actually, the plaintiff actually said they're not supplying any witnesses. But defense, you did not give me a witness list, and the clerk
Your
just
Honor, but that
confirmed.
is Your Honor, with all due respect, that is on your admin who did not submit it, Your Honor. And
She
also,
also is saying.
if I may, I'm also technically, Your Honor, I have to
She
put this
also,
whole thing
the
together.
clerk, I'm not going to hear this. The clerk also just confirmed to me that you did not submit a witness list to her either. So you didn't submit it to me in the group chat. You didn't submit it to the clerk. Therefore, there is no witness list. There are no witnesses. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you, but rules are rules, and we need to proceed the way that following them. He did not get an opportunity to know of any witnesses you were going to present. I didn't know of any witnesses you were going to present, and therefore there are no witnesses to be presented.
Okay, so, but Your Honor, he did admit to knowing about the therapist and also knowing about the mother. Can we allow that? Because he did admit to knowing about that.
I would also like that stricken from the actual court as well, because if he's not supposed to be here, the actual
He is not the
jurors do not need to
Masterpiece
know
is
about
not
that
the-
as well.
Masterpiece is not the therapist.
Masterpiece, you may step down. You may step down. Thank you. I mean, I'm not willing to allow. I mean, like, we can sidebar the two, like the three of us, and if the plaintiff's counsel is willing to allow the other witnesses, then I will be fine with it now after the fact. But
Well,
if he's not,
Well, Anna, I would honestly argue it's in his best interest that he does allow Faith as well as the mother to speak, as well as the therapist to speak, because based on his case, he has nothing. He has nothing proven anything. He had one receipt for a cash app. That means he lost his case. Because in the beginning he stated he can prove, but don't have anything to prove anything that he's saying right now.
I mean, I could do one
He
thing for
also
both
stated-
of us. I could do one thing for both of us right here, right now. I could file for a mistrial because of what has happened before the trial has happened, and we can go ahead and start fresh.
Your Honor,
and we
I
can do
prefer to
everything over with.
go on with this court case because, Your Honor,
A mistrial
he
because I
stated
do not.
guilty.
All of my witnesses were intimidated to not
allowing-
be here because of
I'm not allowing
the.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm not
Your
allowing,
Honor,
I'm
he
not allowing
also,
a mistrial.
Your Honor,
I'm not allowing a mistrial. Listen, both of you guys were given procedural rules, and you were given ample opportunity to have witnesses ready and prepared to testify.
I did have witnesses, Your Honor, but they were
And
bullied
I did,
off the
Your Honor.
platform. They were not allowed to be here
Okay,
because
then
of
you-
role model
but-
and the model family.
But that could have been brought
Your
to
Honor,
me.
that's
sidebar.
preposterous.
Hold on. That could have been brought to me prior to. I'm just now hearing about this myself. Even you, plaintiff counsel, told me today I have no witnesses. You didn't give me any reason or rationale as to why not. If you had, maybe we would be talking, But
The
at this
reason
point,
why I sent is, give me 1 second, I'm going back up.
Your Honor,
This needs to be
I want to
clear.
say objection,
No witnesses,
Your Honor.
no witnesses were willing to testify on the people's behalf because of this situation. The words that I sent, no witnesses were willing to testify.
Your
no
Honor,
witnesses were willing to testify. That's what you wrote. Not
Correct.
you didn't do ... and
Thank
then
you,
give me
Your
a
Honor.
rationale. You said no witnesses are willing to testify. Close book. You're not bringing any witnesses to the table. Tell me why, and then we could have had a discussion. and roll.
That's very true, Your Honor. I
Give me a
will admit
witness
to
then,
the,
so I
that. To
cannot
that,
allow
I will
witnesses.
100% take accountability for that.
Yeah.
You are
Honor,
correct.
so Grizzly doesn't want to allow the one chance he got to win. But what I will say, Your Honor, I am suing. I was countersuing him for harassment, defamation, cyberbullying, intentional infliction, and interference with livelihood. He stated not guilty on all of those charges, Your Honor, and then turned around and yelled at the people which he's representing and stated to them that the harassment needs to stop now. I quote. So how can you say not guilty and then state that, Your Honor? So
Because
let's
the
be fair.
people that
have
I
witnesses
am
who
up
is
here
willing to
for
speak
are not
on
a
the
part of
character
that
of faith,
harassment.
and he will not allow it, Your Honor, because he
The
knows
people that I am
he
here
knows
for are
that they
not
are wrong.
for the
They are
harassment.
wrong for the
In
harassment
reality,
and
the
everything that they have been
people
doing to my
that they
client.
are
All right.
actually
All
here
right.
for
All
want
right.
to see nothing but the
You know, he
best for
has
faith.
no witnesses because
Stop.
it's all lies, Your
Stop.
Honor.
Your Honor.
They
Your
are
Honor.
keyboard warriors afraid to stand up and speak.
They weren't afraid until you bullied them
Contempt,
off.
both of
How
you.
did I bully them?
First
Show proof
warning.
of that. The
First
accusations is
warning.
The
ridiculous.
proof
Show
was on
proof of that.
Ninja's
warning.
Why didn't
account
you
where
reach
you
out to
and
the
PBA
why didn't
went
you reach out
after
to the
them.
judge?
First warning. Do you understand me? Both of you. First warning. We're moving to a mistrial already. Like almost immediately, I'm about to rule it. Okay?
I do apologize,
Already
Your
I'm
Honor.
about to rule it without even going to the jury. I've heard little evidence. I've heard information, but I've heard no witnesses. Really, nothing has been brought to the table where I really can feel that I can turn this over to a jury of faith's peers and have them rule any sort of verdict on this.
Your Honor.
I'm really
You cannot do that, Faith.
I really do apologize to both of you for like getting to this point, but like you've left me with little to like no option here. The defense has brought a position. The people have brought little to no position. Nobody's brought any witnesses. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Because I don't see any resolution in this. A fair one, at least, in my opinion. And it is my opinion that rules, except for the verdict, which I am not ready to turn over to the jury to make one.
Your Honor.
If you are being represented, you cannot speak, okay? If you
Can
want
my
me to ask
mother-
him something, text me. Text me.
Can I speak?
Yo, Faith, if
I
you
think that
want
was
to
the
ask
mother.
something.
That was my mom.
I am Faith's mother. I like to speak because this is not a game. This is real life. This is our lives
We're
playing
not
on
treating-
And
TikTok.
she really
We're
wants
not
to speak.
treating it.
She's one of my witnesses, and she would really like to speak.
I understand that. So at this point in time, I'm going to adjourn this court with a mistrial. You can refile and we can go from there. But this cannot be on the court record. Okay? Jurors, thank you. I do have to dismiss all of you. I'm sorry. I can't move forward with this.
Your Honor, can you hold off on your decision real quick?
Not with hearing any sort.
Texas
not
is
with
about to
hearing-
text you.
I cannot hear a witness. I cannot
No.
hear a witness. I
Your,
cannot hear a
Your
witness.
Honor, I have enough evidence that I submitted to you
I
that proves
understand
my
that.
case. So if we can, I would like to continue the case because he has no evidence. I have all of the evidence, and I haven't
Okay.
yet gone through my evidence. I can win
We
this
can-
case without anyone speaking, Your Honor.
All right, we may continue, but there will be no witnesses. There will be no third party object. There won't be any other information other than
I'm still going to ask for that mistrial.
with the mistrial. If we turn this over to the jury, then again, there needs to be a unanimous verdict. So I'm not quite sure. That's going to be my decision. But what else do you need to present, Roll?
Your Honor, I have because we are countersuing, right? So for my countersue, I don't need. That's why I would like to proceed because I am countersuing. So this is not just about his case, but this is also about my countersue and the harassment that my client has been getting. Okay,
I
so
understand, but if we can't actually get to a verdict of the original suit, there
It
is nothing to
takes-
countersue. Do you see what I'm saying? And I don't think we're to a point where we have any original suit here. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Your Honor,
Like,
I have proof. I have proof. And he entered evidence, and I have evidence.
Your Honor, I
I
think
don't
at
need
this point,
anyone
I think
else.
you're
I don't need a
correct. I
witness
think
to
it's
win this
time for a
case.
mistrial.
He put his proof in. I have my proof in. So when he talks about fraud and deception, I have proof on that too, Your Honor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stand on my bearings here and call this a mistrial. I'm sorry for all the energy and effort that you all have put in. I hope that we can reconvene this. I think that everybody needs to refile their suits. We could start this over afresh, but at this point in time, tonight is not the night to proceed. We have very little plaintiff argument. Like, basically, no offense, Grizzly, but nothing has been presented on the plaintiff side.
I came here
there is
really
no,
trying to say that I was going to do a mistrial, and I should have said a mistrial off the bat, and that is my fault, Your Honor. I apologize.
Well, Your Honor, why do my client has to suffer because he should have said a mistrial in the beginning but did not? Your Honor, I have all of my proof and everything here that shows that she did not do fraud. There was no theft or deception. I presented A-1, which is the GoFundMe. I presented C-1, which is her brain atrophy. I presented B-1, Your Honor. I also presented videos and footage and everything that shows that my client is innocent. Yes. And because he is underprepared, we have to suffer.
Okay. I am underprepared because of your actions. My client, my witnesses would have proven the defamation of character was uncontrollably incorrect. The emotional distress was never a thing, that they cared about her so much. The harassment was never a thing from the clients that I had, my witnesses. But I didn't have them because they were bullied off the whole entire case.
Okay, here's the thing.
Your Honor, his witnesses was never on the case to be bullied off of a case. How would we know and be able to determine who his witnesses was?
Because every single piece of evidence was given today. And I was waiting today to fill in everything.
Your Honor,
just
and
like
how
you
would
did.
I know? I'm not a mind reader. I wouldn't know who your witnesses was. So how can they be
anybody that would be included into this case could be a witness, and that should have been a thing for you.
Before I just end this, like, you know, without contest and listen, I'm ruling a mistrial here. Okay? That doesn't mean that this is over. It doesn't mean it's continued. What it means is, plaintiff, if you wish to still bring suit, file suit. It also means defendant and counsel, you may now bring original suit if you want. Okay? So if the plaintiff does not file suit again, and this act, whatever is being experienced, continues, then you have every right to now be a plaintiff and file suit. But for tonight's purpose, in this trial, in the original suit and the countersuit, we're not getting anywhere. This is not going to be resolved. I do commend you, Ro, in your preparation. Grizzly, that's unfortunate that you did not have anybody to come to your what do you call it? But there is no countersuit when we can't even get an original suit convened upon, and there's no evidence, there's nothing being brought. I'm dismissing the plaintiff's suit.
Your Honor, Your Honor, may I speak for 1 second?
You may, and then I'm ending the trial.
Okay. Personally, I've gone through so much, and I don't care if you want a mistrial or not, but please hear me. I've been bullied horrendously. I just got a text today that told me to go off myself while we were in the stream, and I texted it to Roll. Okay? Like, you need to understand how fucking painful it is. Please let this happen. I just want Roll to be able to speak, and my mom, because this is our life. Everyone else can go and not be here. But at least let them speak. I'm begging you.
I do hear you, and I do understand you, Faith, and
it's okay, Faith, and I do apologize about that, Faith.
I do wish that everybody in this stream and for you to tell everybody that you know in all streaming communities that harassment and bullying is unacceptable. It's unfair behavior. You know, go do unto others
I'm
as
not
you wish
gonna
to be
stop
done unto
until
you.
this is over. You understand that?
I
I'm not
can't.
going to stop fighting for you until this is over, too, Faith.
Nobody can make it stop for you. But what you can
This
do is
trial could, with the evidence submitted, this trial can. Please, I have evidence too.
we understand. But at this point in time, Faith, I don't
It's
feel
okay, Faith.
comfortable enough.
We're going to come back and we're going to do it again,
What
okay?
day? What time? Anything.
We'll get back to it.
Yeah.
This will give him enough time to get whatever evidence
And
he
listen,
needs or witnesses he needs.
it's my role. It's my role to take your anger. So I'm happy for you to be angry at me all you want. But at this point in time, I just don't think it's fair that we can give you the proper verdict that you want
I
based on
don't
the
care
facts that
about
are
the
being
verdict.
presented.
K-Dubs, you don't listen. Your Honor, you don't listen. It's not about the verdict. It's just about letting me speak. Please. It doesn't matter. It's not going to stop anyway. People are going to think what they want to think of me. That's
All right.
not going to change.
So the
Just
floor
let
is
me
yours. The floor is yours.
Can
Go
my
ahead,
mom
Faith.
come in here? Please?
The trial is officially over.
The trial is
Okay.
over.
The floor
Okay.
is now yours.
But I would like to speak. Okay?
Go for it.
Okay. So this is the text message. Just so everyone's aware. This is the text message that I just received. Unalive yourself, you ugly fat slog. You look like a dumb bitch right now. That was sent at 8:15 p.m. What time is it now? I have
10:02
the
p.m.
receipts.
Eastern.
I have the receipts. Oh, don't forget. Roll, did you submit all the screenshots of the text messages I sent you?
I sure did, Faith, but we didn't get as far as that, okay? And next time, don't worry about it. Keep your evidence. Send that one to me too, because I'm sure they're gonna send more, and this will just prove our case that Grizzly found them not guilty of. They will be found guilty next time, Faith. I do apologize. I verbally communicated who was going to be witnesses instead of writing it in the chat, and I should have wrote that in the chat. And for that, I apologize. All right. At this time, court is over. Guys, Grizzly, get back in the box if you don't mind. You know, we all still human at the end of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to inform everyone that's in here. This is a mock trial. This is no way a real trial, okay? I do mock trials and stuff like that. Or if you guys wanted to sue one of your friends, and sometimes it's all in fun. Sometimes it's serious cases, okay, that we do mock trials on, okay? At this point, we did a mock trial on Faith's, and unfortunately, it didn't go in any of our favor, right? To me, I felt like it went in Grizzly's favor. Grizzly, if you hear, hold on, PDA. All right. I want to thank each and every one of y'all who took the time to come in here, okay, and watch this case. Okay, we are going to bring this case back. Can y'all stop letting people in the box, please? And thank you. If it's not Grizzly or the judge, okay, guys, I do want to say favorite the judge, okay, favorite Grizzly. And for those of you, and I've been announcing this for the longest, I said if you guys have any witnesses, okay, if you know any witnesses that would like to speak on your behalf, to bring them, okay, I've been promoting for him in this stream, okay, a lot of you who was in this stream know I've been promoting for him, okay, so for him to say that, you know, to make up those allegations as well, but okay, I understand. This is court. This is what happens, guys. Okay, we're gonna set another court date. Just pay attention to the dates. Okay, we're gonna talk amongst ourselves. Please, guys, take this opportunity to favorite the judge, guys. If you enjoyed him, at the end of the day, this is content, but at the end of the day, this is also Faith's real life here, guys. Okay, and if you listen to some of the message that was sent in here today, Faith is not an average average adult, guys. She's not at all. At all. No way, shape, or form. I want you to pay attention to the things that I said before you decide you want to continue to harass her and do the things that you are doing to her, guys. How detrimental that really is. Arguing with her is equivalent to arguing with an 11 or 12-year-old. If you will not treat an 11 or 12-year-old like that, I'm asking you guys to not treat Faith like that. Faith is a good person, okay? She makes mistakes. And through those videos, even though they weren't really, some of those mistakes wasn't even real, like some of the things they're accusing her for didn't even really happen, she owned up to it and she apologized. If y'all continue to do what y'all doing to her, it only shows who you guys are as a person. With that being said, y'all, I want to thank y'all for coming out. We are back to our regular scheduled program, okay? Let's go. I do want to hear from the audience. Hold on, before real quick. Travel Bay, are you here? Travel Bay, if you here, please take the box. I do have a reporter, okay? I do have a reporter. I do want her to come in and report on the case. Donna, if you could reach out to
Well,
Travel
I
Bay.
won't be
1
fed.
second.
Grizzly,
It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. I know what's about to happen, but it's not. I'm taking y'all out the box.
Why? We don't want to go.
I'm taking y'all out the box. 1 second. I need the reporter to come in here. We're going to do it the right way, the same way we would have done if there was a verdict, guys. The same way we would have done if there was a verdict. Can you call the reporter? I know there wasn't no verdict, but we still have to do it the same way as if there was, okay? So, guys, give the reporter a moment to get in here, okay? All right, give the reporter a second. Let's see if she's here. If not, I will let y'all in the box promptly. But I want to give the reporter an opportunity to get in here and just discuss the case. Or I do want to discuss the case with you guys. So even if she's not here, I do want to know exactly how a lot of you guys felt about the case. Okay? And I told y'all, and a lot of y'all are thinking, oh, this is, when we do our court cases, guys, we put all feelings or all personal things to the side and we really listen to the case here. Okay? So for those of you who thought, oh, this is rigged and we might know each other, but when it comes down to it, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. And that's how we try to do it. We try to do things fairly. When I typically do the court cases, guys, I'm typically the judge. I decided to step down from that judge seat, okay, give somebody else that judge position, somebody that I know who's not going to be inside of me, and who's not going to be on the other person's side, who's going to really take this serious. And that man was K-Dubs, y'all. So if y'all could take the opportunity to fave him, also take the time to fave Grizzly. And guys, if the next time we do this, please make it your business to send him whatever evidence, real evidence that you have on the case, guys. All right, with that being said, y'all, I don't think she's coming in. So, here she go. Here we go. Let's go.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I was so ready to report, and then I see what happened. So that's very unfortunate. I feel like the thing that happened was I probably should have been the attorney. Just going forward. I feel like next time I don't need to be the reporter. I need to be the attorney. Because what the fuck? What was happening with the attorney? He said I have no witnesses. I don't have no evidence. I'm just here. Sir, are you okay? Do you TikTok? Like, does he TikTok? Are you okay? Like, no, sir. This is absolutely horrendous. Judge Mathis is not okay. This was a lot. And I'm going to be honest. This was... And what was the crying for? Next time, if she don't start crying, we got to take her off the witness stand until it's her time to testify. That's misleading the witnesses. That's making them feel sympathy. We don't do that. You can't do that until it's her time to actually speak. She can't be the boss crying. And then she's submitting text messages from who? ChatGPT, because I asked ChatGPT to text me and they did. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that she did that, but I'm just saying I did text ChatGPT and asked them to text me something. They did exactly what I asked them to. We have to just be careful. But yes, this was very interesting. Yeah. But I do feel like the judge did the right thing. If I'm being honest, I feel like, because we do want to give this case, it's been getting a lot of attention. We do want to make sure the case gets everything out. Like, this is the one opportunity where everyone's here. Every week to hear from both sides. We don't need the witnesses getting intimidated. Not saying that you did, but your family is large, so maybe people are speaking on your behalf and you're not aware of it. That could happen. Because sometimes they go rogue. So maybe we have some rogue model members out here running amok. So we have to make sure that's not happening.
But that couldn't have been possible. And here's why I say, and Grizzly, if you're here, you could still come and speak. That couldn't have been possible because you never wrote. You never wrote any witnesses.
Well, let's not joke about witnesses because neither do you. So there's a lot of things that didn't happen correctly. I'm just saying, a lot of things didn't happen. They were supposed to happen.
I promise you, I did though.
You try to put Texas on the spot. Texas said, I don't have that. No, but honestly, I do feel like we need everything from both sides so it can be fair. And I know Faith may not care about what the verdict is, and it sounds like she has a different case. She wants a case about harassment. That's the counter case. Like, we have the counter suit. Right now, we're not there yet. So I do think we got to give it a fair chance for everybody to come up and speak on what they need to speak on and get everything out. Seriously. So, but I have some questions for the witnesses that never came. I was prepared, But yeah.
I do want to hear from some of y'all in the audience. PDA, how did you feel about it?
Somebody go get Grizzly. I'm gonna keep my indoor voice until my personalities run out because he added me to y'all case, and I'm an independent contractor. I'm not a model, so I'm gonna need people to stop saying, "Oh, you're models," and "Oh, PDA did this." This was in your life.
What do you mean he added you to the case?
You didn't hear him say I bullied on somebody. I was bullying his witnesses. He said me directly. Somebody go get Grizzly. It's crazy what you went to. Why you think I kept requesting his box? I jumped on the people on Wednesday and you're live because they came for us first.
PDA,
that's on video in your live.
PDA,
I'm not playing with them like that. I didn't bully on anybody.
You even know who his witnesses was? No.
Man, I don't know who was who. I don't know them people. They came in here bum rushing about 100. So I ran down on all of them.
Hold on. I don't know if he's gonna come in here. And guys, I just want you to know if you're a juror, please do not be in the box. We will not put you in here because you are still a juror next time. All right, Chris.
He said he seen a video on somebody named Ninja's blog. It's a TikTok blog on here. They were in your room on Wednesday after jury duty. It was jury duty. And Thursday. Yeah, I know when I said what I said, and I said what I said. They can't check me.
Krista, how did you feel about everything?
Yeah, I just got off the phone with Faith. She's calming down, okay? I just want to let you know. Okay? I spoke to her mom today, but she's calming down. I just wanted to make sure she was all right because she got off, not the right way. So I just want to let you know she's calming down and we're there for her, okay?
Definitely. Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
I tried my best.
I know you did, and that's all we can.
I really did.
But can I ask a question, Ro?
Yes.
I understand there are some. I don't know how to say it the correct way. There are some things that are part of Faith that we don't want to lean into and make her feel like she's being bullied. But it appears that there's a lot of things that you keep saying she doesn't have the mental capacity to do certain things. But I have an 11-year-old cousin and she doesn't do a lot of things that's been done. So I feel like we have to not
11-year-old cousin is different from someone that deals with
right, but you're saying like she has the same mental stability, like the same mental capacity as an 11-year-old. I'm just saying for people like, and I don't know because I'm just.
But there's also with that a behavioral issue.
Right, I understand that. I'm just reporting on what I see. because that's why I'm here. I'm not included
You
on either
can't
side.
you can't go based off what you see on the
Well, I'm
outside
a
because
reporter, so I'm
internally
just reporting
it's
on
a
based on what
whole.
I'm
I
not an
know,
attorney. I'm
but
just reporting.
internally, if you do your research with someone
I
that
didn't do
deals with
research. I wasn't
advocacy,
asked to research. I was asked to report on what people were saying. So I'm just
I
making
got
comments on
you.
what I
But
saw.
I'm letting you know there's a whole war going on
I
inside their
understand that
head.
you have to. You and the judge.
Whoa, let
What I'm
EU in.
saying
She got a
is,
private account and I can't add her. Add Smith. She
but
trying
what
to
I'm
get in here.
saying is just based on what I was seeing. I feel like I think it's just important going forward. If people want to say things in the comments, if you guys have evidence, you guys need to be a part of the case to present it. Not just part of the
Thank you.
comment warriors. Actually come
That's
up and
not
say
EU.
this happened so everyone can have a fair picture of what's actually taking place.
EU is not in the
So
box. So hold on
she got to be.
before we go. Hold on. Friendly Ash, you have an
Hey,
input on it?
yeah. So I just came up because I was in here the other night after jury selection, right? And I came up to literally thank you, Ro, right? And I was literally attacked by Pretty.
Oh,
She got really no, listen, she was really mean to me, and I literally came up to say thank you for advocating for her. And that wasn't okay because I wasn't coming up here being rude. I wasn't being disrespectful. I literally, my baby was sleeping right next to me. I wasn't even being loud. And Pretty had no reason to
Ma'am,
come at
Oh
me
my
I'm,
like
I'm
that.
God.
naturally loud and I don't know none of you
All right,
people.
we
Y'all
gonna.
Oh my
came in
I'm
God.
not
here
gonna
hot
hold
and
you.
heavy.
Hold on. I want to
It's
say
crazy
real
what you
quick.
feel. I'm not making
Feeling
apologies to
cheated.
none of
Hold
you
up.
bitches.
Hold
Fuck
on.
y'all
We still
feelings.
on
Now
the
how
Come
about
case.
up
that?
here being
Y'all
all
came in
PDA.
here
emotional.
talking real
See?
smart now. Now the
All right.
show over. We told you silly bitches at 12 noon to talk nice to us. Y'all came in here.
okay, but also, Ro, as a reporter,
Hold on.
I do want to point this
Y'all
out.
was
And I
popping it.
understand that PDA is not a
I
model,
wasn't.
and
I
she's not
literally
representing
came in
you.
Yeah,
to
all y'all
thank
was popping it in
Ro.
them
Listen.
comments. I can't tell
Hold on.
you who's
PDA.
who.
Oh my God. PDA. I gotta mute
Okay,
you.
what I'm saying is just,
Hold
I'm
on.
playing devil's advocate. I'm reporting from what I'm seeing. She's
Yes.
not a model. She's not you. But if people are coming in trying to engage in the conversation, trying to add to the content, and this is what they're being met with, they're going to be thinking that's okay because she's in your box.
No,
That's
but
what I think
that
that's
didn't
going on.
happen right now. She's talking about something and friendly. We're gonna stick to what happened today. You came in the box. I said, do you have any input on what happened on today's show? You talking about PDA. PDA was not a part of the show, so I don't understand. Okay? I don't understand. Only people who has an input on the show today can enter the box, guys, once again.
I have something to say,
You
please.
didn't have to say that though. I felt like you wanted to trigger her, and you know how she.
I
I'm sure from that experience, you know how she is. I'm going to just kindly remove you though. All right, go ahead,
Okay.
you.
Okay, I want to say something. Ro, we're looking good, girl. So, but listen, here's the thing. Because she was triggered, I'm willing to offer her 3 sessions because you can't open that type of stuff up and leave that person like that. She was visibly shaken. So I am a licensed person and I'm offering Faith, if you're still here, I'm gonna give you 3 counseling sessions with me for free.
Okay,
Okay.
I will definitely let her know that.
Okay, that's all I
And,
wanted to say.
and
Thank
E.
you.
Smith is a therapist. She is a licensed therapist, guys, and who has experience with that. But we're not going to talk about it now.
We're not.
All
I just
right.
wanted to say that because of her. Like, you can't do that. Okay, bye.
See you later. Thank you.
I like me some EU.
Grizzly Boo, you said I was bullying on
Yes.
them people.
Leave it.
And you said something about a video. Can you send it to me?
Get me
It was in a story. So unfortunately, I went to go grab it, and I could not grab it.
Oh, so
But
you
I
ain't
do
even got
Oh
proof of
my
apologize.
purchase no
God.
Oh
more.
my God, Grizzly.
Serious?
Why
So
didn't y'all
you
No.
ain't
let the
even got
damn
proof of
court
purchase,
go? What the
but you threw
fuck?
me all in your court proceedings, and you
All
know
right,
I'm not
hold
a model,
on.
Grizz.
Hold
And
on.
don't nobody know I'm not a
Yeah.
model.
She
You know
is
I'm an
not a
independent
model.
contractor. It's crazy what you went to. You sat there,
Hold
you
on.
associated me in the middle of that shit, like I'm a model and I'm
Can I?
doing
Hold
it.
on.
No,
Hold
the
on.
people was in there
Wait.
trolling,
Who
all
made
doing
him a
jury
judge?
duty.
I'm not
You
a
knew it
judge.
was
Who
PDA.
going
made him an
down. I
attorney or
told them
whatever
bitches
the
I
fuck
was
he
going to
PDA.
get them,
is?
Grizz. Crazy what you went
PDA.
to. Fuck these weird ass people. I said what I said.
PDA,
PDA.
It's okay when they do it, but
PDA.
if
PDA.
they no fool in the rabbit got the gun.
PDA.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna
PDA.
mute you, PDA.
PDA. Thank you very much. One, I do apologize that I could not get what was needed to show exactly what was going on. I should have grabbed it immediately when I saw it and then presented it. I will 100% take accountability on that. And I'm here trying to tell you, I'm taking accountability on that one. But that was also the main reason why I did not come straight in here and ask for the mistrial.
Because you didn't have no evidence.
Did though.
Hold on. Exactly. You are correct.
You did. You
Now,
made us go through that instead of you saying
That don't
hold
make no
on.
sense
Roll.
though, Grizzly.
You did.
Now hold on. If you allow me to speak, right? That's the only reason. Now listen, I'm not coming in here
because you ain't had
I'm
no
not-
witnesses, and I had witnesses. You asked for a mistrial.
Okay.
Exactly.
Where you could have just cross-examined
Roll.
my witnesses and
Roll.
used my witnesses.
Roll.
And got the shit
Roll.
over with.
Goddess.
Go ahead, go off.
Roll. Goddess. Please allow me to speak. I understand that you want to talk, and I understand that you have questions and you want to say stuff to me. I completely understand where you all are coming from, and that's why I'm not trying to cut you all off. But what I'm going to ask for is a little bit of decency so I can explain myself, okay?
You right, Grizz, and you know I love you.
I love you too, PDA, and that's why I'm coming to you, all three of you all, with respect, okay? So I need you all to understand, and I'm going to give you everything you want to hear. Roll, can I ask you a few questions that are also going to answer everything for you as well? My first question for you is, when did this whole entire situation with this court case happen? Did this start up a couple of weeks ago, or did you start the court case when you gave it to me?
What is your exact question, Grizzly?
My exact question is, when did we
start the court case? When did we?
Correct. When did you?
When did we start planning for the court case?
Correct.
The day before she reached out to you.
The day before, but you knew that
she asked me first. So
Okay,
I recommended people, and I recommended you.
Correct, and I appreciate that, PDA.
All right, hold on, Grizzly. Minion One Ring. You want to ask you, how did you feel about the case?
Well, how I feel, I came into it, I was so against Faith from the beginning. I didn't have all the gist of everything. Once I heard all of your evidence, it made me look at it at a totally different angle. And I want to thank you. And I've watched you a couple of times, and I've watched how you advocate for some people. And I want to thank you and your family for advocating against these people that are being bullied on TikTok or anywhere they're being bullied. Faith, I didn't realize. I honestly want to cry myself because I feel bad that I believed everything that people said about Faith. Everything they said about Faith, I believed. And I was so against her. Never did I say anything in her lives. I just go and watch. And once seeing this, it made me see a whole different outlook on Faith. And that's all I just wanted to share. As far as, it was a little funny because Grizzly didn't have anything, and you had everything. And that was amazing to me because you really put forth the effort to bring all your evidence, and you gave it.
And you know what, Minion? I want to bounce off of what you just said because it goes straight back to my first question. When did this whole entire idea of
Grizzly,
Well, can I say something first? Well, wait a minute. I'm gonna say something first, and then you can say something. Listen,
check
Grizz.
your messages.
Listen, Grizz.
You heard me?
There was a lot of preparation and planning, and Ro was trying to figure out who could be impartial. She asked me because I'm not biased, but after I went in Faith's room and I seen over 800 and something people trolling her and talking crazy in a verse while she was versing with Ro, it definitely made me biased. So during jury duty, when they came in here trolling at 12 o'clock something, we told them after jury duty we were going to get them. So I got them because I'd already seen it was multiple of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't tell them to get in this box. They were in the comments and they wanted smoke. They kept loading up to fight with me. I gave them what they wanted. So you can't say that I bullied you because you got up in here and you thought you could take the old lady and you got the butt end of the stick. It is what it is. I'm not making apologies. I don't know these people. All I know is that I see over 800 some people. I don't know who's a friend and who's a foe. That's why Friendly got it too. Nobody knew her. She just hopped in here. You know, we here all the time. I know who's who. I don't know them people. So when y'all come in here talking crazy to everybody, including Role Model's wife, because they were talking crazy to Donna. After that, all I seen was red. All y'all gonna get it. I'm not making apologies for them coming in here disrespecting us. And this ain't their house.
All right. So PDA, we gonna leave that alone. I want to focus, and I really want to get the audience opinion on what they think. All right. So
I
we
would
got,
just,
we got that
I
out
would
of the
just
way.
like to answer
Grizzly
my
told you
question so
that.
I
Yeah,
can, yeah,
please
that's
square
it.
that away so we can move forward. Thank you. All right.
Again,
Minion,
Says,
thank you
thank
so much.
you.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Grizzly,
drop out the
Grizzly,
box.
real quick. Donna said check your messages and stay in the box.
I will check those in just a second, but I just want to, because
Check
right
it real
now,
quick. Check it real quick. Check it real quick. It's important.
okay.
Okay. All right. Who came in first? Trucker.
Yo, what up, bro? What's good?
I'm good. I'm good. How did you feel about the case?
Only thing I didn't understand is why everybody on the jury was friends with you on the other platform. There was nobody kind of biased from both platforms because Faith is on Meet Me and on here. You said she left Meet Me and came to TikTok, but she streams still on both platforms. So why wasn't the jury consistent of both? It was like everybody that was in your family was in that jury. You know the judge. It's like it just seemed a little lopsided. I'm not trying to cause no shit, but that's my opinion.
I respect your opinion, Trucker, but here's what I would say regarding that. The people that were selected are people that will not be biased. There are also people, when I was in court, I was found guilty, okay, of different things because I know they will not be biased. Those are people who will give their honest opinion, okay? And you cannot go on TikTok and get people in here because we don't know if they will be biased. But those are people I know that will actually be on here and not be biased whatsoever.
And I
For
agree
an
with Ro, and
example,
that's another reason why I agree with Ro,
and
because I was
they know
part of
both
that.
parties. They know
Correct.
Grizzly and they know me. So why would they be biased? They are going to listen to the evidence. If it was so, right, it wouldn't have been a mistrial. It would have
Correct.
went in my favor.
I just didn't have enough time. And then all my witnesses went away, and it was just like everything just went. And unfortunately, where you didn't put in who the witnesses were, I found that loophole, and that's what happened. So at the end of the day, it ended up what it
And
is.
he's smart
is a
for that.
mistrial.
I'm not gonna lie. If I had to be honest, he's smart for that. He found a loophole. If I seen you, I would trip you. Like I promise you, I tie your shoelace together so when you get up, you'll trip. I promise you. But that was good. That was really good. I was trying to fight back, y'all. I was trying to fight back. But that's what's up. So
And I know I
he
just
was
got
smart enough to do that to buy himself more time to really
Because like,
run his
that's
case.
the reason why I was
he
asking,
kind of
like, how
won.
much time did
Let's
you
be
have?
quite
Because
honest.
you only
He
gave me
kind of won
72
because
hours.
he got more time now.
And
I
I know
only
I
had
just got in
72
here, but I
hours, and
did
I had
want
no
to speak.
witnesses.
I want to speak on what the last person said. So I am an admin, and before jury selection even started, I was on TikTok in here in Roll Live. People were in the comments asking, "How do I become a juror?" I'm typing, "DM me on IG." That's how you become a juror. You got to DM me, or you got to DM the other admin. That's how you become it. None of y'all did that. So the people in the comments talking about, "Oh, it's not fair. It's from Meet Me." Da, da, da. Y'all TikTok people had the same amount of chance too. My Instagram is not private. It's in my bio on here. It's not private. You could have inboxed me and I would have put you gladly on jury selection.
That is correct.
Y'all had the same opportunity as everybody else. The Meet Me people had no idea what was going on. I'm an admin. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So stop saying it ain't fair, all this and that, because y'all had the same opportunity to become a juror just like everybody else. We wasn't biased to who the fuck could become a juror.
Thank you, Anna. And that's what it is. Like we do these cases with integrity. I don't want an easy case because then it's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be fun to me and stuff. I want a case that I could really win and I really gotta go hard. And this is definitely one of them. Okay. Sean, I believe you were next. Let Sean take the floor right now.
Thank you. Yeah, you both were dope lawyers, but Roll definitely dope. So look, about the case is this. If we didn't learn anything from it, we have to learn that stop giving the lawyer Grizzly false documents, false testimonies.
Yeah, that's what got
will
me.
kill your case. Literally, y'all threw him so far left when he realized his documents were false. And then you're in the comments like, "Oh, he's this, he's that." No, y'all this, y'all that. This is y'all case. He's defending y'all. Stop giving him false information so we can have a case. That's all I gotta say about it. Can you drop me out? I don't really know.
Ladybug, you must not have been here during the case if you don't know how.
Oh, I don't. Let me see.
All right, Alex Farr, how did you feel?
Well, as you already know, I know Faith in real life. We were involved as friends, and she was a girlfriend to my brother who also has cerebral palsy. And I just think that there's a lot of people who are just like, Faith knows what she's doing and she's trying to manipulate. And I just want to say that she is in a lot of ways trying to manipulate, but you guys need to understand that she's trying to manipulate in the same way that a child who's like 8 or 9 would to get their way. You guys are thinking of like a grown woman who has like all this malicious intent and all this, and she is not 8 or 9 in the actual, terms of her birthday, but intellectually, that is just the case. And if you guys are like going on and on about how you hate her or whatever, it really just doesn't make any sense because I see a bunch of comments like then she shouldn't be on TikTok or whatever. It's like that's like you could say the double-edged sword of being a disabled adult is that they do have access to all these things. There are certain things that she might understand, but she's not getting like the full message. It can take days, a lot longer than to process information, as well as like a lot of the issues that people have with her is money. That's like one of the main things that disabled adults like just do not understand, that they don't understand about, is money. Like, yes, you can have a disability and know the difference between right and wrong. That is true. And they do have rights, but at the end of the day, it's not to the extent that you can know on social media. And I'm saying, as someone who knows Faith in real life, who literally has a brother who dated her, like they went on dates, I took care of them both, like I know what I'm talking about. And I also am his full-time caregiver. I'm 24 years old, he is 28, and I take care of him. I'm the one who tells him that he has to do X, Y, and Z. I'm the one who gives him money when he needs it. I take him to where he needs to go. That is, and she and my brother were in a relationship together. It's not about, well,
Right.
okay, I just see comments like, if she's has the mind of a
Don't
10 or
Alex, I'm gonna tell you something. The comments is not gonna stop. You don't have to worry about that. What I do want to know is, do your brother experience the same thing, like being taken advantage of and all of that stuff?
yes, absolutely, because there
No
are
chase of judgment.
they can be very persuading to elude, I mean, clearly an entire internet worth of people and the whole app, that they know what's going on and they can swear up and down. But if you look at it face value, there's a lot of things that everyone says like it completely contradicts itself, or, all those things. Yes, that's true. That's happening because she doesn't understand that, like,
Right.
it like, as far as like her IQ being that high, it's very clear that her IQ is not that high, because even someone with an IQ of 87, or that's what she claims like is that high, it will be clear in the way that they conversate and things like that, but also like like inability to like contain her emotions and things like that. Like, it's not her fault and she's a good person, but that's where like you can see that there are holes, but you have to make it make sense for yourself, you guys. Like, if it's, like, if she can't understand, then arguing with her, that's why she can argue these same things over and over again. She can sit on here. No regular adult, or I don't even want to say regular, but any adult with like needs that were different than Faith's, like require a lot less needs, like, that a typical adult would, cannot sit on this app all day long and do the same thing over and over again and hear the same things over and over again and still come to the same conclusion. They would literally be insane. So it's like the proof is in the pudding here that she does need help, and she's not, she doesn't, her parents are older. I, been in the same situation as Faith's parents with my brother. And guess what? there's times where I've had to ground him, and he's 28 years old. Her parents don't do that. Her parents do not do things like that. They give her a lot of freedom that I would, technically not give my brother. So you have to understand, like,
Got you.
it's just different.
A
It's
spoiled
literally just
child, and
different.
I could understand that.
Right, exactly. It's like these things have to be learned. She's not being taught them, and it's not her fault. But I just think all of the bashing and like telling her to kill herself is ridiculous. Like, that's just, like, if anything, I think if you don't like her, you just need to stop giving her attention and pray for her and wish her well. A lot of people, I see in their bios that they're Christian or whatever. In the Bible it tells us to
Give me 1
protect.
second, Alex. Go ahead, recipes, and then you, Amanda. Okay, recipes.
No, I wanted to come back because I wanted to give her the floor because obviously what she has to say is way more important than the comment. So I wanted her to finish. That's why I said I'll come back.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to comment based not necessarily the trial, but the overall comments that I see flying in the chat because I'm honestly still baffled by the fact that people are still stating that the fact that we all know each other, that this wasn't going to be a fair trial. Like, were you guys not present during the trial? Even though we all knew each other or are aware of each other, the judge still stood on his business. Like, he was like, no, this is going to be a mistrial. So I'm trying to figure out how you guys' brain not comprehending, like, oh, okay, these people could probably be non-biased. Like, are you guys not getting that? Are you? Because if that was the case, and if it was set up for Faith to be shown that she's not guilty, it would have happened. But it didn't happen because the judge stood on business and he said mistrial. So what else do you guys need, or what other proof do you guys need in order to see, like, this is set up so both parties can argue their case and for the jurors to decide? It's not for me to decide, you to decide, for the judge to decide, or the attorney. It's for the jurors. And you guys are a part of this. So I'm trying to figure out what part of your brain is not working at the moment.
So recipes, I think I have the perfect thing for this because this is one thing that I didn't, Roll didn't, K-Dubs didn't, nobody in the jury brought this up.
Right.
They're also thinking that I'm also just out here out of the woodworks. Ladies and gentlemen, I am also a part of the role model agency. And I was also being unbiased and trying to pull every single piece of evidence that I could in these last 3 days to go up against Role Model Fresh. So for you to say that none of us could be unbiased, one for me, also part of Role Model Fresh's, I've tried my best to prove Role Model wrong. You cannot say that it's biased.
That's what I'm trying to understand. And someone is asking me, am I slow? No, are you? Because again, if this was designed so we can prove Faith was not guilty, it would have happened. But clearly there was a mistrial for a reason. The judge stood on business. So what else do you guys need? But
Hey, Tim, if you have something
I
that
understand
you
that
need
a
to
lot
tell
of
me,
you
go ahead
are
and send it to
miserable in
me.
the chat and you're going to continue to say whatever you want to say and do whatever you want to do because you have nothing going on in your life, and I get that. But I have a lot, so I'm going to step down.
Right. And Tim, if you have the information, why don't you just go ahead and send it to me? Because right now we're in a mistrial, which means that we have to gather everything back up. So while you're standing there and you're actually sending stuff in the comment section, how about you back out of this live, go to my messages, and send me all the information that you have instead of sending constantly inside the comment section.
How can I help you?
Who's next? Go ahead, Amanda. PDA.
Somebody invited me here, so how can I help you, ma'am?
What you mean?
I got an invite. I was in Faith's Live and I got snatched in here. It's not random, ma'am. So how can I help
Oh,
you?
I don't know.
Whoops.
The fuck?
Maybe it was Donna. She was just in the box.
Crazy what y'all into now. Go get your other device now. Man
Hey,
down. Code face. Man, I'll be back.
you want me to go in there? Hey, Amanda,
All
go
right,
ahead.
so I agree with the judge and what he said about the trial and how it all went down. So it gives you guys more time to pull evidence. But what I didn't like is literally I snatched myself out of your stream to go to Faith's stream to see that friendly Ash that was in your box.
Mm-hmm.
And I have it screenshotted. She told Faith that she should do what them texts said. I literally can show it
She
to you
was in
right
the
now. I
box and said
promise
that?
you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she said that. I
The
got
girl
it on
that's sitting in her box right now said that to her?
Yeah, look. Big screen it.
Wait, who, me?
And then Faith still let her sit in the box?
You should do what them texts said.
I can only see.
Right
I
under
can't
my
really
name.
see it. I'm not gonna hold you. The name is
It's right
blocking.
at the bottom.
I can send
Is
it to
there
you
any
on
way
IG
that you
right
can?
now.
I'm
Yeah,
about to say, is there any way
literally-
that you can crop it, or you can crop it because we can see the picture now, right? Is there any way you
All right,
can
let me
crop it
go.
all the way down to that part so we can see it?
Let me go crop it and I'll be right back.
Okay. Thank you, Amanda.
Yeah.
They're bashing her very badly, so I'm gonna go in her live actually.
Oh, I was curious. So I just didn't see. I didn't know.
Can you?
What was that?
All right.
Bro, can you hear me?
Give me.
Not really.
Oh, that same girl. So.
you were Faith, and do you know?
Yeah, I'm about to go in there. Hold on. I'll be back.